Kind of like I wouldn't say counted you out, but you know, you slowly in the beginning. How does it feel to prove these people wrong and be like, yo, I told you I was it, man. Like we're doing it. You know what I mean? Like,
it feels good to tell the story.
Yeah.
Of it's kind of like Slumdog Millionaire, as
Right.
I would say, because it's like, you know, kind of like being an underdog and then just kind of just staying humble and just kind of really just trudging through the bullshit, you know, really, and just making it. And you know, I really don't feel like I made it. I wouldn't even say made it. I don't ever want to feel like I made it, but you know what I mean? Feeling that, like, honestly, the goals that I set, the goals that I wrote down for myself and actually wrote down on a piece of paper, I've really achieved it all. I've really achieved a lot of it. You know, I still got things on the horizon, but just a few years ago, I wrote everything down and I've achieved it. So now it's just surreal.
So, it wasn't too long ago that you were in middle and high school. What was that like for you?
For me, in middle and high school, you know, it was all about rapping for me, you know, and music. You know, I was kind of getting out of the band. Really wasn't as cool to me then, and so I started picking up the notebook more and, you know, writing lots and lots of lyrics. And you know, for me, it was a real transformational period. You know, it was a period where I really decided that this is what I wanted to do.
I'm not gonna lie, like I definitely have an expectation for myself to do great. I'm not the type of person to make excuses for doing bad. So it's just crazy because I like to be the underdog. It's a weird type of mental thing. But being an underdog is something that I like the challenge of trying to succeed at something. Right. You know what I mean? Like when I was in high school, you know, it was when I was trying to make it, you know. When I was passing out CDs, people throw the CDs away, rip up the flyers, throw them on the ground. I'll get booed off stage. People, you know, anything, you name it. And so that was like, I felt like Eminem in 8 Mile. Just pump. These weak, oh, I'm sweaty. Pumping it on sweater already. Yeah. Like, that's how I felt. And so just being in that position is something that
gives you something to prove.
Yeah, gives you something to do.
Definitely.
Okay, good. So, kids have all kinds of obstacles growing up. What obstacles did you have, and how did you overcome them?
You know, for me, I think, you know, my obstacles were, you know, I had very humble beginnings, and, you know, that was my motivation for overcoming my situation and really evolving. You know, it's really about the mastering of self. You know, when you're trying to achieve something that a lot of people don't get to, you know what I mean? And you know, for me, just having my fans behind me from the jump, from the beginning, really, you know, helped me get to where I'm at today. And really, man, it's just crazy how it is now because, you know, back when I was doing my mixtapes and really, you know, I feel like as an artist, you define your own success. So, you know, you really, you know, regardless of if someone else says you're successful or not, you know, you have to define that for yourself. But I must say that I definitely didn't think that things were going to be as big as they become now. As fast, exactly. And, you know, granted, I've been doing it for 4 years. Excuse me. Granted, I've been doing it for 4 years, but it's like, it doesn't matter if you're doing it for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. When things blow up, it happens very quickly and it just ignites.
Yeah, they say like overnight success. Obviously, this was not overnight success, but the jump from being like, you know, pretty much average in the game to being like, whoa, big records, big singles. I mean, how has it affected your personal life?
Really, I mean, you know, it just pushes you to be more healthy, pushes you to sleep more, it pushes you to feel good more.
Yeah.
Like, feeling good is a huge part of this. Yeah. Like, you have to just feel good all the time. So it's like you're always searching for that good feeling, for that good music, for a good crowd to give you that good feeling. You know, good drinks, good ladies. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah. Did you have goals this year? Like, okay, we're gonna accomplish this. Like, this is what I want to do, or was it just make this album, put this thing out, and see how they feel?
It was really because it was such a long-winded project. I just really took the cream of the crop that we had and just put it on the album and hope for the best. You know, you never know, man. You really never know. So it's some things that I guess are just meant to happen. And I guess it was just the timing of it all, you know, it was meant to happen this way. And watching it grow and progress to the point that it's gotten to now, from how it started, is just, I mean, it's just a story in itself, really.
Yeah, with the team around you, I mean, TJ, B. Rich, Trey, everybody's the same from the very beginning. Your same team. I mean, that's got to be crazy.
Yeah, you got to have that, you know, like having the circle. You got to have your same team. You got to have the same circle. You know, it's a champion. We all feel like we're a championship team, so, you know, we make it a matter and we make it an issue to make sure everybody's grounded, make sure nobody's, you know, you're going to change as a person.
Of course.
You know what I mean? In terms of just the change of lifestyle. But in terms of, like, just how you treat people and how you understand the situation, you know, you have to make sure you stay grounded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's good to have big dreams, but you got to stay grounded to create those big dreams.
Yeah, it's cliche.
You know, it's funny because, you know, I feel like that what you judge you will soon become, and not necessarily meaning literally, but, you know, when you're really heavily opposed to something, it's almost like a movie, and something happens to where you kind of see it in a different light, or you see it from the other side, you know, and I really don't think it's dualistically as I used to think. You know, I'm a lot more open-minded with everything, and, you know, I used to say I'll never do this, or I'm always going to do this, and then it would just flip and do the opposite.
Yeah.
And you know, as you age and as I've grown, I've come to enjoy different things and not enjoy other things, and it's a continuous process which is reflected through my music. It just kind of sparked the interest, you know what I mean? And I think with everything that has come about in my career has been from just the seed that was planted. Like I remember with Haley, I always used to say, man, I want to do a song with Paramore, you know, I want to work with them. Right. And it manifested and it created it. It's just crazy, man. You really got to just speak everything. Like you really, when you're an aspiring artist, I don't think aspiring artists realize how close they are to what they're trying to create. It just takes, you just got to get over that hump. And when you get over that hump, you know, you start to see your dreams manifest.
Yeah, what advice would you give to an up-and-coming artist that was like maybe probably, you know, struggling like you were at one point?
Those are the best days.
You already know.
Those are the best, like, as an artist, like, whether you're an artist or a band and you're, you know, going through festivals, struggling, not getting sound checks, you know, crappy equipment, crappy sound, like, that makes you the artist that you will be when you do make it. And it's all training. It's all necessary. You have to go through. You have to go through getting booed. You have to go through the crowd just giving you the stone face. You have to go through all of it. It's necessary. And when you finally get there, you'll realize how prepared you are for that.